Well, good morning. We're hiking again. Hopefully I get a better picture this time because I'm holding my camera sideways for videos so I can get a full screen. Okay, today we're hiking from Laurel Falls parking lot up to the top of the Cove Mountain, and then Cove Mountain Trail back down to the Sugarlands park ranger area. We parked her car there, and then we drove mine back up to here. As you can see, this trail is paved for the first 1.3 miles to Laurel Falls. I think it's paved. Climbs a little bit more than I remember, but it's just a walk in the park right now. We started at 2,350 feet elevation. I got my new Garmin. Check it out. And we've climbed about 150 feet so far. But we're gonna hike to the falls, take a few pictures, and then it's 4 miles total up to the tower on Cove Mountain. And then back down to the car is 8.4 miles. And while we're there, we decided we were gonna hike the Gatlinburg Trail as well, which is like 1.3 miles out and back. So we should end up with about 15 miles today. All right, it's a beautiful day, as you can see. A little cold though, it's about 28, something like that. Okay, let's hike. Okay, 1.3 miles to these falls that you see here. This is the bottom section of Laurel Falls. Real pretty. We've already seen probably 30 or 40 people. This trail is packed all the time.
Morning.
Good morning. It's one of the most popular hikes in the Smokies, I would imagine. Okay, we made it up to Cove Mountain. There's a big tower. You can see it right there behind me. Let me see if I can. There's some snow up here, as you can see. I tried to climb the tower, but they've got a door on it that says high voltage and it's locked. It's like some environmental tower. They measure air quality, things like that, I think. I'm not really sure. I'm just guessing. Not a fire tower, I don't think. There's actually a road that drives up to it as well. We saw the road, but there's nobody up here. It's very icy, so I'm watching my step. Hey, how you guys doing? Good, good. There's a few people. Once we got past Laurel Falls, there was just a few people after that. So it's about a 1/10 of a mile, little offshoot up to that tower. Pretty neat to see, but there's no view, so, and you can't climb it. So we're almost back to the Cove Mountain junction with Laurel Falls Trail. We just hiked it. That was 4 miles. So now we've got 8.5, I think, back to the ranger station down at Sugarlands. So All right, time to hike. Okay, we are on Cove Mountain Trail now. We are a little over 7 miles in. We hiked, it was 4 miles from Laurel Falls trailhead up to the top of Cove Mountain where that tower was. I forgot to mention the elevation change. We climbed right at 1,800 feet to get there, but it wasn't bad. It was just pretty much a gradual, steady climb. And we've been on Cove Mountain Trail ever since, and this trail has been really nice. Mostly an old road bed, half of it, but it's kind of just ridge walking. We've just been walking around a few ridges, up and a few little up and downs, but gradually down. We're now at 33,468 on elevation, so we went down 500 feet or so over the last few miles. We stopped and had a quick lunch, took a few pictures, but been gradually walking down. You can see it's a easy, nice trail. There's some pretty good views off to the right. I think that's Klingman's Dome, the highest point that you see there. We did this direction. We took 2 cars, like I mentioned. Parked one at the ranger station and one at Laurel Falls Trailhead, so we didn't have to climb so much. This direction's a whole lot easier than climbing all the way from the bottom, because you take off a lot of elevation by driving the car to the higher point, I guess, and hiking from there. I'm sure my good buddy Stevie B will say that's cheating, but it is what it is. We hiked the trail one direction. It's just the direction that was the easier one. Yeah, I caught up to 6 foot. Okay, well, we've got another, see, we're at 7.2, so we should be about 12.8 or so. We got another 5.5 miles or so to get to the car. Let's just keep on hiking. So we got a really nice view of LeConte that you see there. This closest peak between the 2 trees right here, that is the Bullhead Trail, goes up that point and then out across that ridge to the 3 little points you see right there. That's LeConte. We're almost close to mile 12 now on the Cove Mountain Trail, heading back down to the car. We're in this area, was really burned bad in the fires whenever it was 4 or 5 years ago that came down the mountain. It may be hard to see, but you can see a lot of the trees are burned and dead. We saw some cabins that were burned and dead. Real nice views of LeConte up there to our left. So we ran out of water, and we were thirsty. And we just found this like old well on the side of the trail, and it worked. We got water out of it, a liter each, filtered it of course, and hopefully we'll be alive this next week, so we'll see. That's a good view. So this closest peak is this is the Bullhead Mountain. I don't know if it's called Bullhead Mountain, but the Bullhead Trail goes up that mountain, and then you walk that ridge along the left of it there to LeConte. Let me see if I can zoom in. The trail's been really nice, worn. We're down. We are at 1,900 feet now, so we've went downhill about 2,200 feet since Cove Mountain. So it's been a steady descent since the top of that mountain. Not very steep, just kind of shallow, but you know, that's like 8 miles or so. If you're ever going to hike this one, you definitely want to go this direction, because climbing this would be an 8.5 mile, pretty much steady climb the whole way. It's not very steep, but it would still be climbing. But there's some real pretty views. A lot of burned off, blow down trees and stuff like that in this area though. But the trail's really worn. We've seen a few people. It's an easy trail to hike. Lots of nice views. Really pretty. We saw some people skiing over Gatlinburg, and there's several cabins that we walked by, so it's real close to the edge of Gatlinburg, over Gatlinburg. Some nice views. Kind of towards Newfound Gap. Couldn't have picked a better day to hike. All right, let's finish her up. Okay, well, we finished our hike. It was 12.5 miles right at it. And now we are on the Gatlinburg Trail. This is an official trail, believe it or not. It runs between the visitor center down to the entrance into Gatlinburg. All the cars and everything on 441 or whatever is right there beside us. So this is not even a real trail. It's just like a little gravel road, very flat, but it's on the map, so we've got to do it. So while we were here, we decided that we would go ahead and knock it out at the same time. There's 1 million people on this trail, so. Altitude here is 1460. So 6 foot altitude on her Garmin has been about 10 or 15, sometimes 20 feet higher than mine every time. I was informed it's because I am so short, she is so tall, that our altitude readings will never be the same. Which it's really hard to argue that point, I guess. And hello.
Really?
These guys are brothers.
Oh,
They're cute.
yeah.
They're about 8 months old.
Here. Oh, you're puppies. Cute. Thanks for letting us pet them.
Thanks for having me.
I'm
You
happy
want to show
now.
off your fancy vest? She's got her new vest. First time trying it out today. How'd you like it?
Perfect.
I'm kind of surprised this trail is on the map, because it is well, it is what it is.
Yeah, this vest is actually perfect if you don't want to put a big jacket on.
Yeah,
It
it keeps your
my core
arms
warm. Yeah,
free.
My arms have been fine, so it's always my core. And this, and it's got a hood, so I can just, if I do start getting cold from wind, love it. It's my new favorite jacket, vest. My only vest. Love this thing.
Very nice. It's kind of hard to hold my phone steady. Okay, let's get back to hiking. We're gonna finish this up, and we should be right at about 15 miles when we finish. And there's a ton of people on this trail, so we're gonna try to knock this one out real quick and get back to the car. So here we go.